Hey there, everybody. We are getting started with Game 8 of our 1976 replay. And 76 is inflation continues to be a problem around the world. So a lot is going on in 1976. The Concorde enters service and cuts transatlantic flight time by 3.5 hours. Um, 1 year after 76, you get Apple, formed by Steve Jobs and Wozniak. Nadia Comaneci scores a perfect score in the gymnastics. So there's a lot going on in 1976, but what's most important is the Yanks and the replay that I'm doing, and it's a replay of the first time I ever played a tabletop baseball game, and I've been addicted ever since. Love baseball, and just there's something about it, something about. So I'm going to get started right now. We're playing the White Sox versus the Yanks. It's Game 8 of the 1976 schedule. We're using the actual lineups. There's a couple of ball players here on the White Sox that end up on the Yanks for 77, Jim Spencer and Bucky Dent. And Bucky Dent plays a huge part, a huge role in the World Series, in the series teams, in the playoff teams, in the little mini dynasty that the Yanks have. For the White Sox, it's going to be Bart Johnson. Claire Bart Johnson. He's a D according to APBA. Pitched 211 innings, 9-16 with a 4.73 ERA. He's facing Doc Ellis. And Doc Ellis from Los Angeles, California. He was 17-8 with a 3.19 ERA. And we're ready to rock and roll. It's going to be Harold Patrick, Pat Kelly. And that's ball 4. So Pat Kelly's on with a walk. And that's a ground ball hit right at Randolph. He flips to the shortstop. Back to first, not in time. So Ralph Garr is on at first. Now, I left my door open and it got dark, so I got all kinds of flies and mosquitoes and all kinds of things flying around here, and they're driving me nuts. So you may see me at some point start throwing things and bouncing things because I can't. It's driving me crazy. Got a big, huge. It looks like what looks like a gigantic mosquito, and I'm trying to capture it to get it out of my life. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, it's George Orta with Garr on at first base. Garr has wheels. Carlos May, he's another one that ends up on the Yanks this season. And that's going to be a ground ball hit right at the shortstop, Mason, who flips to second, back to first, not in time. So Orta, I'm sorry, that should have been Orta. But it's probably going to be the same thing. Let me see what happened there. Wait a second. 43. It's a 29, and that is hit right back at Ellis. Hold on a second. Got some stuff going on here. 29B. Yeah, that's hit right back at Ellis, and Ellis turns and throws to the shortstop, back to first, and not in time. It's a fielder's choice. And Orta's on with a fielder's choice. There's 2 outs now. In the top of the first inning here at Yankee Stadium. We're in the Bronx. You get on the D train and you get off at 161st Street. And that's a 33, and that ball is lined base hit for Carlos May. Hustling over to third is Orta. With 2 outs, runners on the corner. And it's Jim Spencer, the lefty. He's got decent power. For this era, 17 home runs were your big home run hitters. And that ball is grounded right to Randolph, and he takes it himself for the force. So the Sox leave 2, and at the end of half an inning of play, it's no score. The Yanks are coming to bat. It's going to be Mickey Rivers. Bart Johnson's pitch. Mickey Rivers, that's a ball that's grounded to the shortstop in the hole, and Rivers hustling down the line. Here's a throw, and Rivers beats it out for a infield single. So Rivers on at first with an infield single. It's going to be Roy White now. And that ball is swung on and hit hard, hammered for a base hit to left field. Hustling over to third is going to be Mickey Rivers. So the first two Yankee batters are on with singles. And it's Munson. And that ball is hit hard on the ground right at the second baseman, Brohammer. He goes to short, back to first. 4-6-3. Double play, but Rivers scores from third. The Yankees are up now, 1-0. And nobody on, 2 out, and it's Chris Chambliss. And he swings on that one and hammers it. And that ball is lifted into the corner in right field. Going after it is Pat Kelly. Gets it in quickly, but no. Chambliss is on at second with a double. 2-out double for Chris Chambliss. Next is Greg Nettles, 32 home runs, big power hitter for the Yanks, especially here at Yankee Stadium. And that's popped up. And that's going to be third baseman, Orta. Puts it away for out number 3, but the Yanks, they score 1 on 3 hits. And after 1, they lead at 1-0. We go to the top of the second. It's going to be Downing. The Incredible Hulk, Brian Downing, goes on to have a tremendous career in California. He grounds to Mason. Mason throws him out. 1 down. And that's a fly ball lifted to right field. Gamble's there. And Jack Brohammer walks. Nope. Wait a second. It's Chet Lemon. Chet Lemon walks. So Lemon is on with a single. I'm sorry, with a walk. And it's Bucky Dent. And that's a 62. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Ellis and the 3rd out of the inning. After 1.5, no score. It's going to be Bart Johnson facing Gamble. 64, and that ball is grounded right back to Johnson. Throws out Gamble. 1 away. And again, that ball is hit to the first baseman. First baseman flips it to Johnson covering, out number 2. So Pinella's out. And now it's Randolph with 2 outs. And Randolph hits it right back to Johnson again. So Johnson involved in all 3 putouts. And at the end of 2, 1-0 Yanks. Yanks scored that run in the first inning. It's going to be Pat Kelly leading off. Pat Kelly walked in the first inning. And that's a fly ball, center field. Mick the Quick is over there, 1 away. And that ball is lined right at Mick the Quick for out number 2. And it's George Order who batted .274. And that ball is grounded right at Mason. Mason over to first, gets him by a step for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down. We go to bottom of the 3rd, 1-0 Yanks. Jim Mason, 23. It's a ground ball right at the second baseman, Brohammer. 1 away. That's a line drive base hit for Mick the Quick. He's 2 for 2. Always a threat to steal. And there he goes. Here's the throw. Safe under the tag. So Mick the Quick singles and then steals second with 1 out. It's Roy White. And that ball is grounded right at the shortstop. Looks the Quick back. And over to first. Gets White by a step. That made a nice play on that. And here's Munson with 2 outs. Always clutch. But not this time. Ground ball. right at the third baseman, Orta, over to first. And that's the third out. We go to the top of the fourth, 1-0 Yanks. It's going to be Carlos Sweet Roll May, batted .259 with 3 home runs. And that ball is lined, base hit right in front of Mickey Rivers. So Carlos May is 2 for 2. Average speed. Jim Spencer grounds right back to Ellis. Ellis turns over to Mason, back to Chambliss, but not in time. So it's going to be a fielder's choice and 1 out. Spencer's on at first, and he's a slow runner. Won't be taking any extra bases. And that's going to be a 16. That's hard hit right at Mason. Mason throws over to first. Spencer to second. 2 out now. And it's Jack John Brohammer, batted .251 with 7 home runs. That's a 22. 22. And S-hole second, so that's a ball. Jesus. Say 3. We roll the 3. That ball is lifted to center field. Rivers over. It's out number 3. No score after 3.5. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's going to be Chambliss, Nettles, and Gamble in the bottom of the fourth. That ball is lifted to left. 1 away. Greg Nettles. And that ball is hammered to right field. And that's a base hit. So Nettles is on with a single. Lines it to right field. And Nettles can be a threat to run. He stole 11 bases, and there he goes. Here's the throw, and he's safe with a stolen base. So Nettles is on second. He's got average speed. Oscar Gamble. And that ball is grounded to the first baseman. Nettles is going to go to third on that. Out number 2, and it's Lou Piniella, sweet Lou Piniella. Lou Piniella batted .281. He's a DH for the Yanks. He's from Tampa, Florida. It's a 62, and that's lifted to right field. Right fielder Kelly going back and makes a nice running catch for out number 3. The Yanks strand 1 here, and we go to the top of the 5th. It's 1-0 Yanks. Top of the 5th is going to be Chet Lemon, who walked. And that ball is lined right at the center fielder, Rivers. 1 away. Dent struck out. And he grounds out right to Nettles over to first. 2 down. Here in the top of the 5th, it's 1-0 Yanks. And it's Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly's 0 for 1. He walked and flied out. And that's lifted to right field. Gamble, on his horse, makes the catch. Willie Randolph now. And that ball is lined right at the shortstop Dent. And Dent boots it. So Randolph is on at first. An error on Bucky Dent, who's a 9 shortstop. And it's going to be Jim Mason with the bunt attempt, if you will. Let's see what happens here. With a runner on first, gotta go to the chart. I love these charts. It's a fielder's choice. So Mason fails to bunt Randolph across. And Mason's on at first. There's 1 out now. And it's Mick the Quick. Mick the Quick is 2 for 2. I mean, this boy can hit. And that's going to be another one. That ball is lined, and over to third goes Mason. Mick the Quick, always a threat to steal. It's first and third now. So Johnson's going to throw over there. Try to keep him close. But the Quick is too quick and gets in. And there goes the Quick. And here's a throw, and he's safe. Downing had no chance. I mean, he stole that off the pitcher. Second and third now. One out, and it's Roy White. Venus, they call him. And the infield is going to be in at this point. Second and third. Let's see what happens. Second and third with the infield in. And that's going to be a ball that's hit right at Dent. He looks Mason back to third and throws over for the out number 2. And now it's Thurman Munson. They're going to walk Munson. Munson is too clutch to pitch to in this situation. And we're going to throw a dive for Munson. See what happens here. What would have happened with Munson? It's a 22. That would have been a line drive base hit for 2 runs. So the bases are loaded now. It's going to be Chris Chambliss. Chris Chambliss is another clutch player in 76 for the Yanks, first baseman. From Dayton, Ohio. He's a lefty, bats lefty, throws righty. Here's the pitch. And that ball is grounded. Let's see. Grounded to right back to Johnson, over to first for out number 3. So the Yanks, they strand 3 big runners, but they leave the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. It's 1-0 Yanks. Got a pitching duel going here. And it's going to be Ralph Garr. That ball is lifted to left. That's Roy White there, out number 1. And Orta, that's a 44. That ball is lined to center field. Mickey Rivers hustling over. Makes a nice catch. Nice catch by Rivers. He's got the speed out there. And it's going to be Carlos May, who's 2 for 2. And that's going to be 3 for 3. That ball is lined. Base hit for Carlos May. 3 for 3 for Carlos May. He batted .259. Jim Spencer. Jim Spencer has decent power. Hit 14 home runs, 70 RBIs. He ends up on the Yankees in, I believe, 1977 and 78. We got to double check that. One of those seasons he's on the Yanks for sure. And that's a 24. And that ball is hit right at Nettles. And he goes for the force to second. And that's the 3rd out. So the White Sox don't score here in the top of the 6th. It's 1-0 Yanks. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's going to be Nettles, Gamble, and Piniella against Bart Johnson. And that's going to be potentially extra bases. That's lined into right field. And that's going to drop in there. And Nettles going to go for second. And here's the throw. And he's safe with a leadoff double. Greg Nettles, 2 for 3 now. He singled and stole a base in his last at bat. It's going to be Oscar Gamble. And that ball is lined. Base hit for Gamble. Around third comes Nettles. Here comes the relay, and Nettles is safe. RBI single for Gamble. 2-0 Yanks. And it's Sweet Lou Piniella against Bart Johnson. And that ball is hit to left field. And Garr. No, not at all. None of that happens. Wait a second. That's a hit by pitch. Hit by pitch, so Piniella is not happy. That ball went foul. And on the next pitch, Piniella gets plunked. Piniella has a temper, saying something to the pitcher. Pitcher's looking over at Piniella. Oh boy, the benches are clearing. Here comes the bullpens. What's going on? There's a little bit of a pushing and shoving there between Piniella and Johnson. Piniella didn't like that pitch. Didn't like getting hit by that pitch, that's for sure. So this is going to take a little bit of time here. Everybody's out on the field right now. This is not pretty, folks. Not pretty. Luckily, no punches thrown. Just a lot of jawing back and forth. We're going to go to a commercial break. Okay, we're back from a commercial break, and there's been no ejections. It's first and second Yanks are up 2-0 here in the bottom of the sixth. And it's Willie Randolph. And that is going to be ball 4, bases loaded. Bases are loaded here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. And we're going to look over to the bullpen. We're going to bring in Clay Carroll at this point. See if Carroll can give us a couple of innings, and we'll find out who else pitched in these games. I know Carroll's going to come in and with the bases loaded. The Whites and nobody out. The White Sox are going to bring the infield in with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the sixth. It's a 2-0 game. It's Gamble at third, Piniella at second, and Randolph at first. And it's going to be Mason, Jim Mason, a light-hitting Jim Mason, with the infield in. Oh, my goodness. And that's popped up. And that's popped up, and it looks like it's first baseman Jim Spencer over, makes the catch. So Jim Spencer makes the catch for out number 1. Pop 3. It's going to be Mickey Rivers and Roy White now. Carroll was 4-4 with a 2.56 ERA in 77 innings pitched. He's a BY. Here's a pitch to Mick the Quick. Mick the Quick is 3 for 3. And that's a 27 with the infield drawn in. Third baseman is not very proficient. So we're going to see what that turns into. Could go for a hit. Could be Mick's 4th hit of the game. Let's take a look. That's lined right at the third baseman. Bases loaded. Okay. And that's going to be a ball that Orta steps on the bag, throws home, but no, the tag's not in time. So it's going to be a force out, or rather a fielder's choice. Rivers is on at first. He gets an RBI. And it's Randolph who's out. I'm sorry, Piniella who's out. And Gamble scores the second run of the inning. So it's going to be Randolph the second now. First, Randolph is at second. Rivers is at first, and it's Roy White. 2 outs now. Confusing inning. A lot of things going on here in this inning. Okay, Roy White. Here's the pitch from Carroll. And that's swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the third out of the inning. The Yanks do pick up 2. They lead it after 6 innings of play, 3-0. In the top of the 7th against Doc Ellis, it's going to be Downing, Brohammer, and Lemon. Let's roll for Downing. It's going to be, that's lined into left field, and that's going to roll to the wall. Downing hustling around first, going for second, and he's going to go into second standing, so it's a leadoff double for Brian Downing. That's a ground ball right at Randolph. Over to third goes Downing, 1 away. Chet Lemon now. Chet Lemon is 0 for 1. He walked and flied out. And that's at 29 with a runner on third. It's going to be a ball, a comebacker right at Ellis. Handles it, feels his position, 2 away. And it's Bucky Dent. Bucky Dent's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. It's 3-0 Yanks here in the top of the 7th. There's 2 outs, and Downing is on at third base. And that's a ground ball hit right at Nettles. Nettles over to first, and that's a third out. So we go bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Yanks. Sweet Thurman Munson. Munson's 0 for 2. He had an intentional walk in the 5th inning. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Carroll. Chambliss now. Chambliss is 1 for 3 with a double. And he lines this one. And that's going to go all the way to the wall as well. And Chambliss is going to hustle around first into second base. The throw is late. And that's the second double of the day for Chris Chambliss. Greg Nettles. And that ball is hit hard, but right at Carroll. Over to third goes Chambliss. 2 outs now. And it's Oscar Gamble. Gamble's 1 for 3. And that's a 53. That's going to be a 16 with a runner on third. The center fielder is a 2. And that ball is, that's a hit by pitch. Gamble is hit by pitch. All right, well, that's going to be a problem there. That's going to be a problem. And the umpire's coming out. And on a roll of a 1-4, everything's okay, but on a 5 or a 6, Carroll's going to get ejected. No, he's okay. Both benches have been warned. Billy Martin's going to go out there and he's going to argue. Billy Martin's not happy about that. So it's an automatic ejection for the next hit batsman. And it's going to be Lou Piniella now. Lou Piniella was hit by a pitch. And that got both benches and the bullpen onto the field. And it's going to be Lou Piniella now with first and third against Clay Carroll. Oh, my goodness. And Piniella hammers that one to left field. And that's going to roll all the way to the wall. And in to score is Chambliss. And there comes Gamble. And Piniella gets his revenge with a 2-run double. And the Yankees now lead it 5-0. Piniella hits a 2-run double here in the bottom of the 7th inning, scoring Chambliss and Oscar Gamble. And it's Willie Randolph now. .56, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 3 for the third out of the inning. But the Yanks pick up 2 on 2 hits and a hit batsman. And at the end of 7 innings of play, it's Yanks 5 and the White Sox nothing. In the top of the 8th, it's going to be the top of the order: Pat Kelly, Ralph Garr, and Jorge Orta against Doc Ellis. Here's the pitch. And that ball is lined, base hit for Kelly. Kelly's on at first. Ralph Garr, who's 0 for 3. That's popped up. Shortstop, calling for it. 1 away. George Orta now. And that's a swing and a miss. Oh, wait, no. That's going to be a fly, pop-up again. Shortstop Mason makes the catch. And it's Carlos May, who is actually 3 for 3 And that's going to be a pop-up. That's behind the plate. Munson is there. Out number 3. So the White Sox get the first man on, but then leave him there. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-0 Yanks. In the bottom of the 8th, it's going to be Mason. Let's see. Kusek and Barrios. I'm going to bring in Kusek. Kuchek or Kusek? I'm not sure how you say that. But I really don't care because I'm not going to be saying his name so much. Kuchek. Yeah, Kuchek sounds about right. Jack Kuchek. All right, there he is. He's a D. And a W. He's going to be yellow because that's all he deserves. Yellow. And here's the pitch to Mason. And that ball is hit right back to Kuchek over to first. 1 away. Mickey Rivers. Rivers is 3 for 4. And that ball is lined center field. And right there is Chet Lemon, out number 2. And Roy White. Roy White is 1 for 4. Roy White batted .286 with 14 home runs. And he grounds it right back to Kuchek for out number 3. We go to the top of the 9th. It's Doc Ellis on the mound. Doc Ellis has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitter going here. It's going a 5-hit shutout. Actually, you know what? Just realized that Doc Ellis is an A pitcher now. Should have been an A pitcher in the last inning. Oh, no, actually, yes. After the 7th inning of shutout ball, he should have been an A pitcher. 5-0 Yanks here in the top of the 9th. Doc Ellis trying to go to complete a shutout. It's going to be Jim Spencer. And that's popped up. And that's Mason, out number 1. That's lined to center field. Rivers, out number 2. Downing is out. And then 0 for 3, Brohammer. Here's the pitch to Brohammer. And that's going to be a ground ball right at the shortstop. Mason, he fields it over to first. Out number 3, Yankees win. The Yankees win. Improve their record to 5-3. This is game number 8. This game is happening in April of 1976. This game is April 20th, 1976. Yanks win it by a score of 5-0. Probably play another game in a little while. Take care now.